All right, guys, welcome back. Game 2, a best of 2 between London Conspiracy and Navi in Dreamleague Season 5 League Play. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Sindar, Casual Cast for you today, and I'm joined by Johnny. Johnny, we saw London Conspiracy go down after a promising start to Navi in Game 1. What are you looking for in the ban phase for Game 2?
Well, I was talking about how important that Beastmaster was, and Navi just decided to take it out immediately themselves, so they'll probably look to take one of the other five heroes that they pick every game. But as far as LC goes, I think they realized that the Chen is an issue, but I think the LC they saw that how well it did for their own team, so they want to get rid of it, and they're going to deny the Nature's Prophet. So kind of adopting some of Navi's own drafting measures to their own squad just to make it so they don't have to face up against it,
Yeah.
which it's something you see in drafting every once in a while. Typically, more versatile teams can really get away with it, but it's something people dabble in regardless. Because like I said, you only have 5 bans, so if you can do like a ban slash pick for your own side, it actually could be pretty useful if you can make it work.
Yeah. And, I mean, Nature's Prophet, a hero that at this point, if you're a pro team in Dota and you haven't got a Nature's Prophet player at this point in 6.86, you're just so far behind because it's such a core hero to be able to pull out. And I'm sure
Tinder,
Kefka's played
what
many
talent
times.
does it take to play a rad hero? Come on. It's Nature's Prophet, bro.
Nature's Prophet is a really hard hero to play well, to be fair, especially in a game with a Bat Rider in it. So Navi go for the Chen Bat, and I mean, I don't know. Even without the Beastmaster, even without the Prophet, I mean, I would say this is probably General's best hero. His Bat Rider is absolutely stellar, and
Yeah.
they play it in this way where he makes space in the off lane, and then once they do the group up, he finds the pick with the lasso, they get the kill, and then it's 5v4, and they can push uncontested. So Bat Rider, not a hero you normally associate with pushing lineups, but Navi use it that way, and it works for them.
LCD, all they have to do is pick up an Oracle. Oracle, eventually pick up Aether Lens. I've seen so many games, even in pubs last night after I finished my own cast. I just saw Bat Riders just get destroyed by Oracle. Just popping that false promise. I think you and I, did we cover a game where that was happening too? Like, it's just, if you have a player who's even decent at Oracle, I think it's worth it. And
Whoa, second pick, Gyro.
yeah, to fight the zoo, it makes sense. But at the same time, yeah, you're definitely gonna want something to combat that Bat Rider, whether it be Avenge, Oracle. I mean, there's a couple other supports that are pretty effective at it, but those two are the most efficient, I believe.
I would actually love to see London Conspiracy pick up a Vengeful Spirit next. Just because it denies it to Navi. Navi love that hero. They play it every game they can get it. And it's so good against Bat Rider. So it would be a great time to pick it up if you're LC. Plus, it synergizes really well with Nature's Prophet for the push.
Yeah, I like the Lycan ban too. Just, I mean, typically most teams will wait until the last ban phase to take it out if it's still not picked up. But I think they're just so worried about it. They know that Ditya's been playing that hero so much, and like you said, did Dendy play it or did Ditya play it mid
Did you play
yesterday?
it mid? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's definitely a dirty raw hero. So they get it out right away, just knowing how strong it can be.
Yeah. And plus, against the Gyrocopter, I mean, Lycan is so good at getting on top of him and bringing him down once he gets that BKB up. So.
Yep. Then they ban out the Oracle, and
they
they
take
take
the
the Venge.
Oh,
Gyro was not worth.
Yeah, should have
Was not
second picked the
worth.
Venge, guys. Should have second picked it. Oh well.
Either
Navi.
one of those would have been nice. The Gyro, I don't know why they prioritized it so much, but now they're like, well, now what? So
Yeah.
they need some sort of way to get the lasso off. The only other thing I can think of that's really effective, I mean, you'll never see this hero, is my favorite hero, the Abaddon, but just throwing that aphotic shield right onto the lasso target, immediately purging it, but he's just not picked.
I don't know if you saw. There were a couple games that Team Freedom played a couple days ago.
Yeah, but that was like straight cheese though, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it
that was
was.
IX Mike, Core Abby, like it. Those are some of the most clowny traps I think I've seen in my adult life, probably. Other than when I was a kid and we started playing, like let's all pick, you just pick the dumbest lineup. But
Yeah. Only
I think they did win one of those games, I
they
believe,
did.
right?
They did. They
Yeah.
crushed it. But
Yeah.
The only draft I think I've seen that was more cheesy was, I forget which TI it was, but maybe TI4, where Navi actually ran the Chen Pudge and the Fountain Sendback that won them that game.
Yeah, that's but that's just like if you can exploit something that other people can't and they don't know how to adapt to it, then why the hell not?
Yeah, yeah. Now Navi, they'll go back for the Lone Druid for Ditchira. So Chen Lone Druid, here it comes again, boys. I hope you're ready, because Navi going to be knocking on those doors pretty darn early.
Yeah, I mean it's they're not going to change this draft style until the patch changes. They're running it too effectively. Even against arguably a superior draft from LC last game, it just didn't matter whatsoever. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair to Navi too, I mean, last draft, I think London Conspiracy, a lot of that was down to execution. I mean, you felt like you had all the tools necessary to counter out what Navi were trying to do, but they get a couple of really nice picks onto both the Invoker and the Sven, and then get a couple of towers off that. And there it is!
There it is! Yes! Yes! I thought the Lion would have been their direct bat counter, but the Abby is just it's too good against Bat Rider. I think I've personally ran up against Bat Rider with Abby 3 times maybe, and it's a little difficult because the cast range for the shield isn't all that great, but I mean they what's the downtime on it? It's just a couple seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh actually no, if it lasts the full duration, it's 6 seconds at level 4. So yeah, it's pretty good skill and immediately takes out the Bat Rider lasso. So I'm really excited. So happy. I have a huge smile on my face. You can't see it, but I think you can hear it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if the game goes long enough and Abaddon actually manages to farm an eggs, I mean, you've already got great magical burst on your own side, and if Navi can't get a pick, then all of a sudden their draft not so great. So I mean, it's going to be a long shot, but I think London Conspiracy so far have the tools. If they can execute it well, maybe they can hold this off and prevent Navi going, I think of what, 8-0 over a 2-day period.
I think the support Abaddon, like he's just going to be starved. Like you want to prioritize the blink and the Aether Lens on the Lion.
Oh, of course, you're right. You're right.
Abby does so much more with so little farm. He's been like inherently takey just with his stat gain. You can get so much utility just from the Mist Coil, his ultimate. I mean, you get that value point in his passive. Like you can get so much done with little farm on him, which is sad because yeah, like you mentioned, the scepter would be beautiful and so many nice items that go along with him. But yeah, he operates very well for minimal farm, so it's good for the Lion. I mean, Lion players can be happy. He's gonna get that blink earlier.
And they'll go back for the Wind Ranger. So this is just so easy. You get the lasso onto someone, the shackle combo can be there. It's really easy to line up that way. And I mean, that's going to be a kill every single time. Unless Abaddon can make some miracle play with the immediate break with the Aphotic Shield.
Yeah, and that's the issue too, because like we said, he's going to be starved for farm most likely. I mean, unless I'm completely missing something. I feel like that's just how it's going to end up falling after the game begins. But it's going to be difficult. I mean, the Aether Lens is going to be his best friend if he can get that increased cast range.
Now, London Conspiracy down to the wire as far as pick time goes. They'll go for a Zeus. Oh, I mean,
what was that?
That was a.
Are you okay?
I mean, I see a Zeus mid against a Bat Rider, against a Wind Ranger, against a Chen. This is gonna be such a hard Zeus game, man. I really.
You sounded like you became tumescent after that pick. I was very concerned.
I just.
Well, keep in mind the Bat's not gonna come gank him at level 6. Like he's not gonna run down like let's get the mid Zeus. Like but yeah, later on, yeah, he's gonna be terrified.
Well, on the Chen, all it takes is one Chen creep sent into the mid lane, and Zeus is so harassable in lane. He's so vulnerable. So I mean, I've seen Zeus mid picked up multiple times this patch, and I have not seen it have a good early game that I can think of at all. Like, he just gets shut down. And maybe, sure, sometimes he can come back, have an impact later, but it's just so hard. And against Dendy, who's already, I think, the more skilled mechanical player, it's...
Well, you could argue that with every position against these two teams. I don't know if that's
That's
necessarily
true.
as relevant. I mean, they're
Fair enough.
obviously one team's ranked significantly higher, but it's I don't know. I think they definitely needed a little more magical burst. Like with the Lion, he's going to be kind of starved for levels early on, so Finger's not going to be readily available. And then I think it's more the combo too with the Zeus ultimate, the Nature's Prophet ultimate, getting that quick burst across the map. Just making life a little bit more difficult for the Venge and the Wind Ranger, who are being the more intrinsically squishy heroes. I mean, Denny's got what, 500? Yeah, 500 HP to start.
Yeah, it's very true. And the thing is, they do have just insane magical bursts. Jalopy with the call down as well. The Lion Finger will come out eventually. So if you get call down into Zeus ult, into Nature's Prophet ult, you wreck this team early.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I mean, Dendy's going to be probably rushing a BKB after Maelstrom this game yet again, so he'll be safe. That does take a while to come online, though. So, like I said, LC do have a window here to get a really nice early start. Jalopy going to be running into General here.
Dendy got a sick D ward there on that high ground right by the rune.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be massive.
So, rune for rune. Baby Knight going for a bottle rush, has 4 clarities as well, so should be able to just spam out the wave with Arc Lightning, at least for the early stages of this game.
Yeah, Solin's not going to have anything. I mean, poor guy's got 2 tangos. Like, this is the most poor, like, laning phase that anyone's ever seen. He's got a Sentry Ward, a Clarity, and 2 tangos. It's so sad.
And Dendy already going on to Baby Knight here with the win run, just trying to harass him out. Realizing that Baby Knight is gone for the bottle rush and only has those 2 pull tangos, but Baby Knight doing a little too much damage at this point.
The Zeus right clicks, man.
Yeah. Now top lane, General going for his classic level 1 solo kill on a double lane, but not going to find it this time. Needs level 2 at least for that.
He's got a lot of confidence just having the boots, and I don't think there's no sticks on either of them, so he can just throw out the napalm spam at will.
Yeah. And so what do you think of where they've put the Abaddon? They're laning him dual lane bottom with Kefka on the Prophet. Gonna try and pressure this lone druid. Do you think this is the right place to lane him? As General going in under the tower with the Flame Guard, or the Firefly up. Gonna just actually be forced back into the trees, but Lion super low, taking a lot of damage from the creeps here. Won't result in a kill, but he's just putting out so much pressure on this lane just by himself.
To your question before, I think it's okay, because Abby doesn't really have a particular place. You don't want to run him in a tri-lane up top. I think it's okay with this, especially just because it makes Ditya's a little bit life a little bit more difficult. You can throw the Aphotic Shield kind of cheesily when these bears going for last hit on one of the treants. Get put out damage that way. Like there's a few mechanics that are kind of interesting to look at, but it's mostly just because he doesn't really have anywhere else to go, I think. And it makes it a little bit easier for the laning phase. Maybe to help secure runes too, which it looks like it worked out pretty well there. As the support, I mean, obviously Archstyle is doing his jungle thing, and Seneko trying to get the pull on.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, Chen, Artstyle's being a lot more greedy than he was in the last game. He's just basically staying in the jungle. He's already found his level 3.5. And going to be working towards those arcanes. Should have him a reasonable time. So not going to be the poor starved Chen we saw last time, it looks like, so far.
Yeah, which is, I completely agree with. Getting that mech so late really, I mean, you saw as soon as they got their items, Na'Vi just went balls to the wall. And
now,
they just started
General on Jalopy, he's got 4 stacks of the sticky napalm up. Jalopy going to fall here. That's a solo kill on your offlane Bat Rider. Actually, he's going to stick down. No, he's forced it back. So Jalopy barely alive. But he's going to have to go back to base. He can't stay in lane with just 3 tangos. No salve.
Yeah, the Jalopy just gets the magic stick about 25 seconds before that engagement started, so literally saving his life. And there's your Archstyle rotation. As soon as you say that, he's gone.
Yep,
you call him greedy.
Up. So much
He's
for
out.
that. And no mana at all on this guy. So if he doesn't get, he's got the Troll Trap into Satyr Blast though. And
Yeah, he's got good creeps. He's
Baby
fine.
Knight, 700 HP. It's not that much. Dendy's available. Has the max, going for the max shackle build. There it is. Power shot off the mark though. But Baby Knight will still fall. Art Style claims the first blood. And rotation
Yeah, but you
successful.
lost the troll. You lost the troll, though. I mean, that's sad. Yeah, that's something that I think they kind of missed out on because they didn't really get all the great rotations for Archstyle. He made the rotation, but yeah, like we mentioned, they didn't get the kills, and it's a gamble. But with those two creeps, I mean, you have, what is it? Yeah, you you can cast Satyr Blast so many times. You have 6 charges of it, and what's the cooldown? 6 seconds? 8 seconds. Like, so worth it. So worth it. And like you talked about, as soon as the Zeus pick was made, like he's a very vulnerable hero.
Now Seneko has a double damage. He's rotating to the bot lane. Can go on Kefka, but the Aphotic Shield is there to cancel the stun. There it is. We'll keep him alive for now. Miss Coil as well, but the root connects, and that's a lone druid down. And on the top lane, the gyro went down. Dendi rotated through, helps General get the kill. So 2 quick picks on cores across the map for Na'Vi, 3-0.
You saw how strong it with the laning presence is with the Abby there, but that root, man, RNGesus, favoring Dityara today.
Well, and I mean, we saw LC struggle against Na'Vi when they were up early game 11 to 1. I mean, 3 kills for Na'Vi already, unanswered by LC. You're already got to start feeling a little worried about them. General, now with those Tranquils online, a bit slower than last game. He didn't get the first blood, but now could be in trouble. The stun, the TP through from Kefka, and General is going to pay for this aggression. Will finally fall. LC claims that. So they got on the board, and that's him just playing a little too far up. With the Nature's Prophet in the game, you can't man up like that and not expect to be countered. But the thing is, I mean, he forced so many rotations.
Doing it since like the first wave.
Yeah.
He's been playing aggressive like that the first wave. And like, yeah, I mean, there's every hero, I think, only the Zeus stayed in his lane. Everyone else rotated. Like, it's completely worth it.
As a result, Ditch is getting good pressure on this tier 1. He may be able to solo it. And meanwhile, Dendi, they're going on Baby Knight again. The focus fire is there. Heal there from Solon, who is nicely rotated through. And Sogard will come and connect with the double stun as well. So Baby Knight will be saved. But yeah, I mean, the supports, they're being forced to move all around the map. And as a result, I mean, Sogard, he's managed to find 4.5. Abaddon, still not 4 yet, though, and has absolutely nothing. He's got a Town Portal Scroll and an Observer Ward and 150 gold.
I told you, bro. That's the life. That's the life. There's nothing more depressing. And the only thing is like,
in trouble again. The stun there from Seneko. The bear as well. Will there be a root? There will be a teleportation, and the root does come, but he's under tower, so we'll be okay. Ooh. If he got through it earlier, though, that would have been a guaranteed kill.
He's actually almost has Midas too. He's less than 300 away from it already.
Dendi went for the shackle mid, didn't connect. Now General. He's basically solo against the gyrocopter again because the supports have been forced off to try and save other heroes. So they really can't zone this bat at all because they're constantly having to move. Now Artstyle once again into the mid lane. No smoke this time, but it is nighttime. They haven't spotted him. Now they will. This ward, actually, they did spot him the whole time, so he's fine. Baby Knight will play safe. Not going to get caught out by this. But bot lane, Ditya does claim it. Actually, Abaddon gets the deny, so nice play from him. But already the map control starting to go Navi's way.
Look at my homeboy's net worth. 358 right now. Dude's got a ward and a TP scroll. Like, this is the games that just ruin it for me because no one's gonna pick this hero because they see this performance like, oh my god, he's not viable. You can't play him. It's just it's hard for him in the landing phase if he's not a core because there's really no place for him, especially when you have a gyro who doesn't need a tri-lane.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter does not, even though the bat now is getting kind of out of control. Just because he's made so much space, he's gotten so much levels. I mean, he's literally 1 creep away from getting level 6.
And that's what he's waiting for. The smoke rotation. If he finds a 6, he can immediately go for the Firefly, and the stun will be there from Seneko. They find him under tower, but are just going to back, not wanting to dive that hard. And I mean, if General had found his 6, while that was happening, they probably would have gone, but doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, there was none of their creeps were, or the enemy creeps were around, and he actually just picks it up with that creep.
Artstyle still smoked up with the creeps coming through the backside. They can go on Sworguard here. And look at this. The dive coming up from Artstyle. The creeps will take the tower. Nice stun, but the trap is there. Lasso not even needed, I don't think. As Sworguard, the Hand of God, will keep Na'Vi nice and healthy, and they will clean up the Lion. And, well, Dendi's rotated up here, so that suggests to me they want to take this tower. Lasso's still available, so LC it's really risky to defend.
Yep. Only 1 point in Firefly actually puts 3 points into the sticky napalm, which is odd. Whoa.
Dendy with the double damager and TP's back to mid, but he could be in trouble here. Eats a lot of damage from Baby Knight, who now has his ultimate. Dendy could fall here. Wind run pops. Are they going to go for it? Is it enough damage? It is. Cleans up Dendy, and in the meantime, Artstyle gets quite low as well. I thought for a second that was 2. Yeah, the Avenge did go down, so it was 2 for 0 across the map.
Yeah, the value point in Static Field doing so much as he just spams out the Arc Lightnings and has just enough mana for Thunder God's Wrath to be able to finish Dendy off. So that's a lion for 2 heroes, one of them being a core. I think that's okay.
Yeah, Dendy is your second in net worth, so anytime you can get a chance to kill him. And the thing is, Baby Knight's actually not been shut down nearly as hard as I thought he was. The rotations have been prioritized elsewhere. They did go on him once, but he's managed to find an Aether Lens, and he is topping his team's net worth. He's actually past Dendy now, so definitely Baby Knight having a much better game than I thought he would.
Yeah, I know you're really down on the Zeus pick, but honestly, there's several mid players and teams that kind of favor it, especially for this team that kind of not necessarily focuses on magical burst, but definitely likes to prioritize at least early on in the game. So it's a good pick. There's a lot of people that are pretty comfortable with it, and it's not as weak in the laning phase as you might suspect. I mean, just having that vision, like that prevented that second gank from coming. I mean, fool me once, sure.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, I mean, shame on me. So they learned their lesson. And just like the first game, I mean, the TP rotation has been on point. Like, they've been rotating in for the Zeus. Up top, when the line was getting gone on, Abby actually had a teleport scroll canceled because he realized that they went back. Like, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
LC aren't just going to roll over and take a 2-game loss back-to-back.
Well, and I mean, the line's almost found a 6. So, as far as he has found a 6. So, as far as levels go, I mean, he and the Abaddon were forced to rotate so much, but so the fact that he still manages to find his 6 by 10 minutes, pretty nice for him. And now they smoke up themselves, looking for a pick onto Dendy in the mid lane, it looks like.
It's not bad, but I mean, Ira's going to have like a 17-minute radiance at this point. Like, he's just been uncontested. They're just not even.
Artstyle may get caught here. The stun will be there as well as the call down. The finger committed. Well, that's a dead hero, and they'll get the creeps as well. So
yeah, that's a whole army down too. That's the magic damage you talked about. They call down, they get the finger online. As soon as they get it up, he hits level 6. Use it. Why not? Get that cooldown refreshed, restarted, get a free pick off. Why
absolutely
not?
And Kefka has gone the drums. He's got the phase as well. So doing fine for himself. He's only died once. And I mean, once again, despite the early pressure that Na'Vi can put out with the Chen rotations, they've only found 4 kills. This is by no means fast for a CIS team as far as kill starts go. So LC, they still have a pretty decent chance. They're holding on. I mean, we've yet to see Na'Vi group up and go for the tower pressure, though. Waiting on the Chen mech, which is just 200 gold shy being online.
I wonder if Denny will opt to go for the Blink Dagger again this time, or if he's going to go for the Maelstrom.
Saved up 1900 gold, so can certainly do it.
I'm trying to figure out what the play is. I mean, I think the Maelstrom's pretty valuable, like, just regardless. It's pretty.
Yeah.
You can use it pretty well throughout the game. It's pretty useful, especially later on if you have to worry about the deep push from the Treants. But
well, and the other thing is, too, that, I mean, against Static Field, you can't really necessarily rely on the Blink unless you're initiating with it, which you certainly can do, but it might be a bit of a risky choice. And now the Bat has his Blink Dagger online, and Chen, after this creep, almost has mech money. Not quite. But with the Blink and the mech online at basically the same time, and General hasn't revealed it yet. Will now, actually. No, it's the creeps are out of vision, so they don't know the Bat Blink is online, although they should have an idea that it's coming out soon.
Ah, he does go Blink. There you go. So double Blink. So I think now they really want to get aggressive. Having a Blink hero against the Zeus, it sounds bad in theory, but I don't know. It really just depends. I think they're more worried about just kind of picking out the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and I mean, it's great to follow up the Bat jump, right? The Bat goes in, gets the lasso, and then you can position yourself right for the follow-up lasso. And if you're using it to engage, then the static field doesn't matter. Now, Ditcha caught in the jungle. Sorgard is there. Finger off cooldown in 17 seconds. They will clean up the bear first. Hex onto Ditcha. And Solon is here with the slow as well as the miscoil. He roars. Is he going to get away from this, though? I don't think he will. Finger Gonna be up in 6 seconds. Dendy and Arstyle rotating through, though. Jalopy is here with the call down. They're looking for him. Stun. Oh, hand a send back from the Chen just in time. And that was really close. If Finger had been up just a couple of seconds earlier, he would have been dead.
There needs to be some sort of tweak with Savage Roar. Like it's. I know he needed some form of CC, like for disengaging, but it's just too good. It's really just too good.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Bat Rider.
Where was that?
He was up here.
Oh
Up
man,
here.
pushing the tower by himself. Nice catch from the Zeus.
Map awareness, baby.
Ditya could be in trouble yet again. Jalopy goes for the call down, but the follow-up isn't really there. Kefka actually TP's in. Will spread out the bear, but has to back.
I think they have to realize that he's getting close to pick up the relic, which he's literally 60 gold from picking up. So it's going to be a super, super fast Radiance here. It's going to make the rest of their team fights just so much more difficult, too. But the nice thing is that, yeah, you have the magic damage, but I mean, we've seen a lot of the lone druid players just go for a pipe. I mean, it's not ideal. Like, typically you want like a Vlad's, you want something else, like an AC, Basher, what have you, but if you
Dendy
can just
could get caught here, bot lane. He's completely surrounded. General, though, in the trees, can maybe help out, and Dendy blinks into the trees, but they spot him with the Zeus. He will fall, and General safely away, but another successful rotation from LC, and they'll be able to pressure the tier 1 off of this as well.
Yeah, that's what LC needs to. They need that influx of gold. The supports are still dirt poor. They need a little bit of love, and there's plenty of. I mean, they've only taken that T1 mid, and that was pretty recently too. So
yeah, Na'Vi claimed the tier 1 in mid in exchange, and Jalopy Solon sticking around, but just these two, they're not the fastest pushers by themselves. In general, hanging around, he wants to be able to go for someone, and if he finds a lasso, look for the TPs in. In fact, Dendy's up in 10. He may come back here once he's online.
Am I missing something? Why is General just casually spamming napalm in trees?
Vision?
I saw that. Yeah, because he was doing that up top too.
They don't have a ward in the jungle, so he wants to see if someone's rotating around on him. Now Dendy TP's in,
that makes sense.
And there it is. He spots out Kefka, gets the lasso instantly. The Thunder God's Wrath comes out. Dendy low will go down in the end. So 2 back-to-back deaths for him. And now General just has to back. Lasso expended for nothing, and LC will get a tower off of this.
I was just watching the LC's wands fill up. I'm like, why would you intentionally do that? But I mean, it makes sense. Unfortunately, that particular scenario, I mean, wasn't able to capitalize on it. But I mean, Navi's making space around the map, so not all is lost. And Bear has Relic and actually has the Radiance. I sold the recipe again. That's odd.
Yeah, I mean, this is just classic as well. Another kill onto the Vengeful Spirit in the jungle. LC finding pick after pick, but top lane they're losing their tier 2. They force the glyph, and Baby Knight rotates through, but the Bear will be able to finish it off. And like you said, LC, they're finding the picks, but they're losing the map control. That's both tier 2s, or both towers down in the top lane, and the Radiance is now online for Ditya. On top of the Midas, 17 minutes in. A really nice timing for him.
Wow, I mean, had they not pressured Ditya that whole time, it would have been even earlier. I said 17, but I mean, he was on pace for like 16 on the money, but they were kind of chasing him out of the jungle as they were looking to be aggressive there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do about this LD, man. I really don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You've got more or less magical burst, but the Bear, he's got so much HP early that he doesn't really actually care about it that much. And Dendy, after the blink, another 1k gold. Do you think he goes straight BKB after this, or does he go Maelstrom first?
I don't think he's too worried about the magic damage because they've been pretty conservative with the ultimates. It's not like they're just like spamming them out willy-nilly. Like it's been pretty conservative with their usage. I think he's okay. He has 1k HP. I mean, the Zeus, I don't think he's too worried about it, honestly. And no matter what, even if he does go down, I think the Bear is just going to destroy and just run rampant through these fights now.
And General, the rest of Na'Vi look for a smoke play. Zeus gets the Veil online, though. So if Na'Vi are sneaking into the Roche, it looks like that's the plan. It is going to be scouted, though. And it scouts that they take the ward. So LC should know, but they get the lasso onto Jalopy. This is the most important kill that Na'Vi could find. And he's down immediately. Zeus ult comes out, but the Hand of God and the mech are both there, immediately healing all that damage. Flamebreak is back, and Gyro buys back. They really don't want to let Na'Vi get the Roche here. Solon getting very, very low. Has his ultimate online. No, it's already been used. Now the call down. Na'Vi, they don't have any heals left, and they'll clean up the Chen, looking for more. Dendi hexed up, but the root comes out on a Sorgard. He will get the finger onto Dendi, who is down, chasing for more. Jalopy looking for the bear. Maybe finds it here. Zeus helps bring it down, and now they look for more. The stun, actually, Kefka in front, blocks Ditya in. They really want this hero, and it looks like they're going to find him. 3 for 0 off of the buyback of the gyrocopter, and now they can take Roche for themselves.
I was really against the gyro buyback because I can't remember what game I was watching the other day, but it was not good. Like, they bought back on the gyro and they're really unable to come back from it. He was never able to recover. And now it's actually the game I was catching last night. And now I'm kind of seeing the like deja vu. But when you make that kind of turn, it's like they're not gonna end up going for Roche. They're all pretty low.
Yeah,
most of their spells are committed. But
General,
yeah, I mean that's
General did a really good job. He put the Firefly down in the pit, dropped a couple sticky napalms and the flame break. And that was enough to bring Jalopy low enough that he didn't feel confident sticking around. So stalling that out, really nice play from the Bat Rider.
Yeah, and as you saw, I mean, like the magical burst was pretty terrifying, but I mean with the mech, the Hand of God, like instantly back up to full HP. The buyback just really threw them for a loop, though. I mean, because they could have easily wiped up that team fight, but the line with a couple key impales during that team fight or spike, sorry, and then yeah, like I said, the buyback on the gyro just. They weren't ready for that.
Yeah. The Lion, a really nice pick against Dendi, too, because he wind ran and tried to fight, but the finger immediately came out on him, and he was just dead, more or less immediately. Now, General caught out on the high ground, hexed up. He does not have mana for... He's going to go for the TP out. Is the finish there? It is. They bring him down. And with him down for 40 seconds, they can definitely take Roche.
It's the next objective. And this is kind of like the beginning we saw before, though, right? We saw LC like kind of hit their stride. They get the early game lead. They get nice momentum. Na'Vi trying to do what they can, and then there's just a turning point. And I'm wondering if this Roche fight might be it, because it's not going down that fast, and Na'Vi are ready to go back in.
Yep. And Gyrocopter does not have buyback this time. But with the Bat Rider, it's really hard for them to engage. Now, Sonico looking for the swap. Is he going to find it? He will. Stun comes out onto Kefka. And they should be able to clean him up, but the call down, it's going to hit on multiple heroes. The Zeus ultimate as well. And Dendi getting very, very low will be brought down by Baby Knight. It looks like Hand of God just there. And he will get the shackle onto Baby Knight on the backside. Jalopy cleaning up heroes, has brought down the Chen. And the buyback is there from the Nature's Prophet, who will help him secure the kill onto Seneko. And now Sorgard gets the blink away. So they're back in the pit. They find 2 kills. Na'Vi look to engage, don't find it, lose a couple of supports. And now Jalopy can pick up this Aegis potentially. Flame Break, gonna do some damage. And General, well, gets caught out by the finger. He may fall here yet again. The Veil will secure it. And Ditya forced to run away. So LC, they're holding on. And I mean, Na'Vi keep on trying to re-engage, but the damage is there.
I mean, LC are... It's costing them so much. They had to buy back on Jalopy, they had to buy back on the Nature's Prophet. But I mean, when you make it worth it like that, you get the Roshan, you get, what was it, 3 kills. Like it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. And they realize that if they lose these fights, it's gonna turn bad really quickly. So tough to call to make, but whoever made the shot call definitely did it right.
And I have to 100% eat like egg on my face for calling out this Zeus pick. He has done absolute work this game. 5, 1, and 6. Now has Blink on top of the Aether Lens and the Veil. So a lot of this success that they've been finding is just down to his burst. And Na'Vi, maybe not used to playing against the Zeus. It's been a while since it's been popular, and really underestimating the burst damage that Na'Vi can take. And now call down onto General. He just eats through the Sprout, but Baby Knight is there with the Blink Dagger. Oh, just misses him. The General Bat Rider will get away barely. But 6-16. Okay, I mean...
Oh, the Treant scouting him out. What a play.
Sogard.
What a play.
In trouble. Getting focus fire. The root there again from the bear will bring him down. But they find the Bat Rider, like you said, on the backside. A huge pick.
Kefka. What a player. What a player. That's the kind of heads-up stuff that I will never be capable of. So I really can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just having the map awareness, knowing where the bat's going to be, sending the Treant out there, getting vision and popping that ultimate.
Radiant's
Genius,
top tower
genius,
is under
genius.
attack.
Now LC will claim the top tier 1 off of this. They'll defend their mid against the
Radiant's
bear.
top tower has fallen.
And so, I mean, at this point, the lone druid, he's top in the net worth. He's down 12k. But the rest of his team starting to fall a bit behind. Dendi sitting under 8k. He's being really out farmed by both the Zeus and the Gyro at this point. So my question to you is, can Ditcha carry this alone? Like, if they continue shutting down the rest of Na'Vi, is the bear enough? Can they still get their push timing, or is it a little too late for that now at this point?
I think when the pipe is finished up, which they just picked up the recipe, that's going to make it so much easier for the rest of his team to survive. I did mention that's a possible item for the lone druid, just because that's how the easiest way to take out the spirit bear is by killing its master, right? Well, now there's going to be a full pipe being delivered on the courier right now. It's going to make him so much more durable in these fights, because it's almost all magical damage. We've talked about this a billion times, and it's still the same. Gyro Copper went for S and Y. He's not going DPS. So I think that's going to really help it bolster the team. And if they can't commit those buybacks, LC don't win those fights. You have to realize that. And they did, and that's why they did it, because they knew they had to take the Roshan advantage away from Na'Vi and for themselves. So I think now is the rest of the time where Na'Vi can really start to bolster the rest of their team fights, because the buybacks are still down. Yeah, we have 3 minutes, and then 20. Actually, Gyros will be up in about 30 seconds. So
They're looking for a pick on the Baby Knight, but he does blink away. General was looking for it.
yeah, it's go time, definitely. There's really nothing else that they can get. The Maelstrom's on Dendi. He's not going to have Aghanim Scepter for a long time. You can wait for the Aghanims on Chen, but I mean, LC are just getting too aggressive here. You got to kind of put them in their place. They're taking another T2 bottom.
And it looks like they want to defend their tier 2 mid. The glyph is popped, call down connects, but it's not going to be there. Actually, that wasn't a call down. That was me clicking the tower and seeing the red circle. Oops.
Same thing. It's the same. It's the same visual.
Yeah. So, I was going to say wasted call down, but then, wait, it doesn't sound like a call down. And they'll just push in mid now, looking for maybe Navi's own tier 2, and deciding that the way to counter out this team is to put the pressure on themselves so that Na'Vi aren't taking towers. And it's worked for now. They've managed to hold their tier 2s for the most part. And 26 minutes in, I mean, at some point, Na'Vi start to fall off a little bit.
Yeah,
But-
that window's not closing for a while still,
Yeah,
but
they've still got time.
oh, the
for sure.
Merlini build. Boots of Travel, Blink on Zeus. No
Nice.
Midas though, sadly.
Well, and here
I
comes
mean-
the tower pressure. Can Na'Vi
Yeah,
hold
both
this?
teams use. I mean, they take towers so effectively. I mean, this is without any treants whatsoever. It's still getting chunked down pretty quickly. They still have the Aegis on Jalopy for a little bit longer, so they're looking just to get maybe one more objective before it runs out.
Yeah. On the backside, they spot out General. Zeus noticing him, so General having a lot harder a time this game getting the jump on heroes. They have been consistently stouting him out, and the number of lassos he's found this game compared to some of his other showings is really not great. He's 0, 6,
What are we
and
at?
3.
3?
Yeah.
I think it's yeah.
And I mean, his 4
I
staff
only-
is only just coming out in 50 gold at 27 minutes.
Yeah.
This is really slow timing for a bat.
Caster's Curse. Oh, it's his best hero. It's his best hero. Has his worst game. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Now, the other plus side for Na'Vi is that Artstyle almost finished that Aghanim Scepter, about 300 gold off of it. And that's a pretty big pickup for them. And the 4 staff is finally done for General.
It's huge. It's huge. It's still been really difficult. I mean, he's been largely ineffective. I mean, it's just the LC drafted around it pretty well. Both the Lion and the Abbey are just great counter picks against him.
Yeah. And the Zeus for Vision, too, scouting out before he comes in. It really worked out nicely. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what you get
make
when you
him-
first pick it, right?
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's nice that you lock in a hero that you get, but you give the rest of the team or the other team the entire draft to work around it. So, part of the game, though. You play draft chicken, you don't always win.
Now, Jalopy with the BKB and the SNY online, another 1,700 gold. He is keeping up with this Lone Druid, who has a Midas and a Radiance. So, very nice farm for Jalopy. And that's despite a buyback on him as well.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, and they've been really efficient with stacking the ancients. This is the first time in a while where I haven't seen them even touch them for a while. But I mean, that's another way. It's like, yeah, you have the Midas, you're split pushing. Well, then we'll just keep team fighting. We'll far more effectively when we're not team fighting. And LC are doing a great job so far, hoping to knot this one up 1-1.
yeah,
They're going about it the right way too. But if you look at the net worth, it's it's Lone Druid and then LC. This is what we
yeah.
talked about a little bit before, and it's kind of worrisome. I mean, honestly, like you'd like to see something else on Denny, which looks like now he's gonna go for that BKB most likely with the Mithril Hammer being picked up.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's a Desolator.
Oh no,
I
no.
hope it's not a
He
Desolator.
needs that BKB pretty badly at this point. And I mean, once he gets it though, I mean, we're getting to the point where Jalapi's doing a decent amount of damage. He's gonna have his next damage item up probably around the same time that Dendy finishes that BKB. So the right clicks are starting to become a problem. The Lone Druid, or the Nature's Prophet as well, has Drums, Maelstrom, as well as he went back for a mech. So
Yeah,
he's hitting reasonably hard in his own right.
He's almost full utility with a tiny little splatter of split push in there. So I mean, that's what they needed because they don't really have much sustain on their own. Literally nobody has it. I mean, it's the Abaddon coil basically. That's your lane sustain. So the mech was the right pick for the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Kefka definitely making the right call there.
Well, and Na'Vi, they're trying to get their push on. They've taken down the tier 2 in mid and immediately rotating to the off lane. Their own tier 2 taking a bit of pressure, but all the rest of LC have backed, wanting to potentially defend this. As Baby Knight looking to spam out the wave a little bit with that Arc Lightning. Is it going to be enough? The tower is already down to half health just from earlier pushes, but they are looking to defend. TP in, and will Na'Vi stick around? Jalopy looking for a catch here. Batrider blinks away, and he spots the Baby Knight Zeus now, but the ult comes out. Call down is there. Hand of God heals everybody up, and Baby Knight now rooted will be brought down. And Solon getting low as well. Pops his ultimate on the backside. Arsenal brought down by Jalopy. Looking for more. Ditchira. The stun is out onto him, so he has to back. In general, getting low. Lion will be able to back, and it looks like it will just be a 1 for 2.
I'm waiting for the update here because I don't know if that's actually worth it. I mean, yeah, you have Baby Knight, but you only got 2 support.
And the bear getting
lost
quite
both
low
your
here. Bear may fall, but it may clean up Swordguard first, though. The shield comes out from the Abaddon and the force half away as well. Bear barely survives on 30 HP. Will be resummoned, it looks like. And now, Jalopy getting very, very low. The Radiance Burn is back. Can they stop this bear? The Flame Break is there as well. It may be enough to clean up play here. No, they're all back and safe, just barely. But now they can retreat for the tower, their objective in the first place. And that was really scary.
That was like it was a pretty even team fight, all things considered. I mean, and no one's ultimate was like really like for a long cooldown was used. Hand of God was probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Well, I mean that was like the best case scenario for General too. Like he won't get another lasso off like that probably for the rest of the game.
Yeah. The gem is now
that
up.
was the dream.
And
yeah.
They do claim the tower, but they don't claim too many kills off that team fight. And LC, they are still holding. Net worth, we're looking at just a 2K lead for LC at this point, though. And they do find Seneko. And conveniently, just outside the Roche pit, which is now up. And he does not have buyback, so can Na'Vi contest this without him? I think the answer is probably. Baby Knight jumps out. Lots of damage onto Dendy, who will bottle up. And this is scary. A loss here outside the pit for LC could result in Na'Vi just running over the rest of the game. Both sides just slow rolling it a bit. The Avengers can be back relatively soon. No towers to TP to, though. In general, no Firefly. It just expired. But LC is really scary to go into the pit right now. And they'll just hold serve outside and try and hope that Na'Vi make a mistake and come up into them.
No, I think they're slowly realizing that this might not be the play. I mean, the Kefka starts pushing out top. They have a huge wave, actually. Colossal wave with a second wave coming in. Hoping to kind of divert the attention of Na'Vi, and not really working.
Well, really nice play from the Lone Druid as well. He TPs his bear to lane to clean up the creep wave with the Radiance Burn, and now he can just... Oh, massive DC.
DDoS.
Yeah, now he can just resummon it as soon as the wave's dead. So they don't have to. If they TP'd a hero, then LC could have definitely run into the pit, taken the Aegis. But since the bear can be back really soon, and the bear, it has to be said, almost at an assault cuirass on top of the pipe. So this lone druid, so fat.
Yeah, this is the Batman build that we see from time to time. I really like it. Just full utility. Like, yeah, it's mostly auras, but it's whatever the team needs, honestly. And they definitely needed the pipe, so he goes for that almost right away, right after the Radiance. And he's got every little tool in his belt, and he can keep adding. I mean, he's just going to keep farming exponentially as the game goes through, so it's no real issue. Whatever the team needs. The AC is going to be huge for these team fights.
The AC is done. He's got 2,000 gold on his hero, and the recipe is on the courier. So he can buy it now, and Dendy's BKB is flying out as well, too, now. So if they get these items before the Roche fight starts, they have a pretty decent advantage with that AC and the BKB, which LC will not be expecting.
Yeah, they're worried about Dendy's BKB, so delivering that first before bothering getting the Hyperstone. It's a good call.
Yeah, and now smoke picked up by the Lion. So LC may be looking... They don't scout out this ward just yet, though. But this isn't going to be where they want to smoke. They'll clean up the wave. And Baby Knight finds an invis. This could be fairly key. But Na'Vi, they smoke up themselves. They're going to try and catch them coming back. And the lasso connects onto the line, who will be cleaned up immediately. Now, call down comes out, but the pipe is available. It does almost no damage. Zeus's ult as well. The Hand of God is there, and Na'Vi all still incredibly healthy. Baby Knight will now fall, and Jalopy getting low under the cover is BKB. The bear is chasing, but General has him with the blink. And now Solon, ultimate pop getting low, will be brought down by the bear in the end. The trees will keep Kefka escape for now, but Arstyle is chasing him. And on the backside, they did clean up Jalopy. So a click 4 for O. Huge smoke play for Na'Vi, and once they get the BKB on Dendy with the pipe, all of a sudden LC's fight is a lot less scary.
There's a tactical disconnect, I think. They wanted to plan that out perfectly. I was kind of questioning that the lasso onto the line. I figured that blowing up the gyro would be easier, but the gyro doesn't really have all that much damage. As we talked about, the line CC and fingers, I think is definitely something they're more worried about. Yeah, when he's running around with BKB, it's harder to kill him, but like you said, he went S and Y. It doesn't have too much damage, so I mean, that was a dream fight really for Na'Vi, and like you said, they take that team fight and they can pretty much run at the base at will, and that bear is just going to destroy, just chunk at this tower too.
Yeah. And I mean, Ditya just picked up the Hyperstone, has another 1,700 gold off the back of that fight. So this will be a lane of racks, and potentially even 2 with the Aegis up. And swap back onto Baby Knight. If he falls here, this is more or less GG. Down 68 seconds, no buyback. And now Kefka caught out with the lasso. Will be blown up. No, the heal is there, but will he get out of this? I don't think he will. The flame break will connect. In the meantime, on the backside, the Lion's fallen. Gyro's back now, but what's he going to do? Solon, ultimate pop, but won't last forever. Na'Vi in pretty deep, but does have the Aegis and will back. Now the call down from Jalop. He's desperately trying to hold this. And the buyback is there from the Nature's Prophet as well. But Na'Vi right back in it. They turn. Looking for the last lane of racks. Now Shackle connects onto Solon. They will bring him down. No ultimate available, and Jalopy getting low. General's there with the Firefly. Will bring him down. Kefka vulnerable as well. And, well, this is it. Kefka force fast forward, brought down. Gyro buys back, but the rest of his team has fallen. And that will be GG. Na'Vi rotate towards the mid lane. And, well, there it is. I mean, one fight. That's all it takes. You give Na'Vi a team wipe. They will take the Aegis. They will rush your high ground, and they will take the game.
God, look at the charts right now. The swing in both XP and gold.
Oh, jeez. Now missing a fight.
In what?
One last desperate hold. Jalopy drops the call down. BKB pop, but it doesn't even matter. Na'Vi all still so healthy. Baby Knight comes through with a nice ultimate. Dendy getting very low, but doesn't finish him off. And now the Shackle is there. The lasso available yet again. Baby Knight will fall. And yeah, there he is. GG. Well, I mean, it was definitely a great showing from LC. They put up a tremendous fight. I did not expect them to hold this strong against Na'Vi. They fought well the first game, fought well the second game too, but unfortunately not quite mattering. As Na'Vi take the day, 4 games, 0 losses. Yesterday, the same thing. 2 series, 4 games, 0 losses. They're on absolute fire, and I can't wait to see what this team can do at Manila. Johnny, any last thoughts before we close the stream up?
I'm just it really just shows like why teams are on different tiers of professional and competitive Dota, because you see just the way that they're itemizing, the way that their decision making and the process goes. They realize, yeah, we can't let them take Roche, but if we have these next three items going into this fight, we get the AC, the BKB, the Guardian Greaves. We get these three items, it's just significantly different. In a 3.5 seconds or 3.5 minute span, it was like what, a 13,000 XP change and I think like 12,000 net worth change like in 3 minutes. Like that's just astronomical. No bounty hunter. Like you're just taking racks and destroying the team. It's just fantastically played by Navi. I know that the competitive nature in LC was crushed a little bit, but I think they fought pretty damn hard these last two
Yeah,
games. And
they played exceptionally well, and I think they just maybe a little outclassed by Navi's draft, but I mean, so have a lot of teams, and LC shouldn't be too unhappy with their performance today. And
yeah,
I mean,
there's no reason to be discouraged whatsoever. They played their hearts out, and when you're going up against a top tier team, I think it's there's more to learn than you would think behind two losses back to back. So I
yeah,
think they're
absolutely.
in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the casting. I'm at Sindar Gaming, and what's your Twitter handle again, Johnny?
You don't want to follow me on Twitter.
Okay, don't follow Johnny. He's garbage on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
True.
We'll catch you next time. Johnny, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you all next time. Take it easy. Have a good one.